So then, after what seems like an eternity since Avengers Endgame, the Marvel Cinematic Universe finally returns. But was WandaVision the much hyped and spectacular return that we were hoping for, or was it a bit underwhelming in its start? Let's find out in this review. Hello everyone, this is Pico Entertainment and we are back again, and we're now going to talk about Wandavision and just give my overall first impressions of the first 2 episodes that recently debuted on Disney+. Now, as we all know, this is the first of several shows set within the Marvel Cinematic Universe that we have upcoming throughout the year. So Wandavision is the first, and later on we will also get Falcon and Winter Soldier and Loki as well. This will be a spoiler review, and to be honest, I use that term very lightly because overall, when I look at the first 2 episodes, there wasn't a lot that happened in terms of narrative or plot or storyline. So to give a bit of background, WandaVision follows the story of Wanda Maximoff and Vision post the events of Endgame, and they find themselves in this 1960s sitcom environment, and over the course of the show we're going to slowly find out that not everything is as it seems, and certainly from all the trailers and the plot synopsis that we've been given, the narrative is going to involve travelling over several realities and trying to get back to the normal reality itself. And we know that Marvel plans to introduce the multiverse across its cinematic universe, and that WandaVision and Wanda Maximoff will play a key role in that. So, overall impressions for the first 2 episodes, I have to say that I'm probably a bit indifferent because, as I mentioned before, not really a lot happened. We basically got Wanda and Vision in the 1960s environment that we all saw within the first trailers, and it very much took that sitcom feel, particularly if you were a fan or used to watch the likes of Bewitched, I Love Lucy, that typical light-hearted tone, comedic tone. You have the canned laughter as well, and they took that characteristic of the show as well. Everything was in black and white for the most part. We just had multiple scenes of Wanda and Vision just living out everyday suburban life. We see Vision working in the office, talking about meeting up with his wife. We see Wanda just going around the house, making dinner for the guests that they invited. And that was really the summarization of the first episode. The second episode involved a staging of a town event, where we saw Vision and Wanda dressing up and putting on a bit of a stage show for a certain audience. Again, to talk about here, we had a few moments where we took away the 60s sound and the canned laughter, and this is where Wanda was slowly realising that maybe something wasn't all as it seems. She was staring at the toaster or staring at the radio, and we could hear whispers in the background. Wanda, what are they doing to you? Wanda, what's happening to you? So this is a clear indication that maybe Wanda is maybe incapacitated, hospitalized in the modern day setting, and they're trying to reach out to her. They're trying to wake her up or snap her out of this current trance that maybe she's in, and this dream-like state that she's in. And over the course of the episodes, we're going to see her come out of it and get a further gist of what's going on. So in a nutshell, that was it really. I can't really expand much more. I know I said this was a spoiler review, but really there isn't that much to spoil. I'm seeing a lot of reviews and everybody saying about this is very much bold and unique storytelling. I didn't quite get that. They basically just captured the 1960s sitcom, what it used to be like in terms of the shows that we used to watch. I'm pretty sure when we were all growing up in the 80s or the 70s. But that was it really. I mean, both Bettany and Elizabeth Olsen in the roles, they have good chemistry, I suppose, but they didn't show us anything more than what we've seen previously within the Marvel Cinematic movies. None of the other supporting characters or actors really gave us anything big to talk about or really debate on. So it depends on when you're coming from. If you do like that 19 sitcom flavour, then yes, this may have brought a smile to your face and it may have maybe given you a bit of nostalgia beats. But for me, it wasn't bad, it wasn't terrible, it was just a bit nondescript, a bit insubstantial. There really wasn't a lot to go on. Now, a lot of people who got to screen the show early, they actually had the 3 episodes to review. They do state that by the 3rd episode, it does get a bit more involving. There's a bit more substantial events that happen. So, yeah, I'm waiting to get to that point really, because these episodes, as it's been established, are going to be about 20-30 minutes long. And to be honest, you could have easily merged the first 2 episodes together. You could have easily had maybe the first 10 minutes when they go into the house, they have their dinner, and then the next 20 minutes where they put on that stage show for the audience. And you would have been no worse off for it. You would have easily could had this as a first episode and then moved on to the episode 2 and 3, where you get into the much more meatier part of the story, the far more interesting dynamics of the alternate realities and Wanda slowly realising what's going on, and we see the fallout from that event. So first impressions really are a bit indifferent. Waiting for the 3rd, 4th and 5th episodes where we can really get a lot more interesting dynamics. Nothing wrong with the performances, nothing wrong with the actors. Not a terrible start, but just not a very compelling one, to be honest with you. And there's not really much more to say upon it than that. So I'll just await the other episodes. I think this will be released in a weekly format. I think the other episodes as well will be 20-30 minutes long. You know, take of that what you will. But overall, I would say a decent, if not a generic, just a normal start, really. Nothing too special really to talk about. And that's really my overall impressions on the show so far. So let me know what you think in the comments below. What did you think? Did you like these first 2 episodes? Are you like me, a bit underwhelmed by the first 2 episodes, and you want to see what goes on when we get the future episodes on a weekly basis? Or were you very excited and pleased with what you saw so far? But my overall impression is that there wasn't really a lot to go on in these first 2 episodes. So that's it for now. Those are my overall thoughts and impressions on WandaVision. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Please hit those like and subscribe buttons and help me grow the channel in the long run. As what I normally do with these reviews, if there are future standout episodes, I will provide reviews for that. Other than that, I will do reviews for the season finale and do an overall season as well for the show. And that's the way I do it normally as well. So that's it for now. Take care of yourselves. Stay at safe distances, and I will see you very, very soon.